Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 10 in my Girls und Panzer reaction series. Back here again today for more Girls and Tanks. We're back here again for that. Last week we got cliffhangered pretty hard. You would imagine that Ori would win. That would make sense to me. But I have been surprised before. We'll see what happens. I would imagine, yeah, this episode would be like cooldown and then 2 episodes of like final stuff by the end. That's what I would think would happen structurally. Either way, I've got some comments up here that I've summarized again because there was 52 of them. So again, thank you largely for the support on the series. It's been fantastic. We hit that 700 subscriber mark as well, so very thankful for that. Thank you everybody for subscribing and supporting and everything else in between. And yeah, now on to these comments. And we're starting a little bit heavy early. So last week, I had a comment on my video that said, oh yeah, Nishizumi, Nazi. Not the case. Not the case even subtextually, even subtextually, just not true, right? And conflating the two, that being Black Forest Academy or Shiho or any of the rest of the cast, as such, can be considered the R word. And yeah, the R word's pretty bad. I don't want to be considered the R word. So obviously I take back everything I said. I only get my info from the YouTube comments. If the YouTube comments lead me astray, they lead me astray. That's just the way it goes. In kind of researching this, I did, find out some interesting stuff, i.e. the difference between stuff like the Wehrmacht and the SS. The SS being more of the paramilitary political faction as opposed to this which is more of just your straight up armed force, and they're all acting as kind of different arms of whatever Germany was during that period. And I guess this whole thing is just me trying to say that the mother's kind of conservative and in her ways, which again isn't really what this is about, and I wanted to emphasize that and apologize and everything else in between. I do not think this anymore. Just yeah, for the record. So off the heavy subject, hopefully I've navigated that with the correct amount of nuance, which again, it's a nuanced subject. Anyway, the version of the episode without like the Katyusha song, that must be pretty fucking grim, right? Apparently they play like Tetris music and they just kind of sit there. What were they thinking? It was a licensing thing, right? I think it's been described as the reason why there's versions without that song in particular. Yeah, that sucks. Do never watch that version. Yeah, I'm happy I got the right one. I went into a little bit of this last week, but let's clarify everything. So Katyusha, it's threefold. It's the character name, Katyusha, who's the leader of Pravda. It is a popular song about a girl waiting on the home front for her boy, for a man that's off to war. And again, I've talked about the propaganda ramifications there, potentially implied. There's also Western equivalents, of course, because yeah, there's two sides to every war. But this was the one that escaped me. It's a rocket launcher truck thing. So kind of the vehicle that she arrives in first when they meet with Ori, that being Pravda. She like Katyusha arrives in a Katyusha, Again, I always stumble over this one too. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah, they're definitely using the full breadth of the word, and they've definitely done their research, which I like. This here was another common one in the comments. It's the nuts line that is said when kind of offering surrender, or they imply that they should offer surrender. And it actually goes back to the Battle of Bastion, I'm going to say. And I've taken Panzerlight's comment verbatim here. A number of people had theirs, but he was first, so we'll take that one. When cornered into the church and offered a surrender, Momo replies with nuts, which refers to a real battle where Anthony McAuliffe, an American general during the Battle of Bastion, I'm not loving that one, was offered an honorable surrender when surrounded by German units. Rather than giving in to their demands, he replied with nuts, as seen in the show. Despite how outnumbered they were, the Americans managed to hold out against the German onslaught until reinforcements arrived, which is at least resembling the events of the episode as well, so that's kind of neat. Again, just cute historical reference stuff that will pass by me because I'm not that well versed in it. The other one that I guess I'll skip past this because I've got more questions about that. Stalingrad is a similar reference, right? Where we're referencing that battle even by name at one point. Stalingrad, the Germans were lured into the city taking and giving brutal casualties before the Soviets crushed the outer defenses, surrounded them, and starved them into surrender. And again, copied verbatim from an undefinable chaos. So yeah, hence why we don't want the battle that's happening in that episode against Pravda to mirror Stalingrad, right? Because that they would be the Germans in this kind of little metaphor, right? Where they were lured into the city and then surrounded and starved and they need to surrender and stuff. It's probably a lot of what the kind of fires around and the like they're out partying while they're like under siege in the middle and not able to eat or get warm or anything else in between. And there's probably more little stuff in there as well, but I digress. We'll go back here to the hammer and sickle being replaced with a set square and scissors, or somebody else said a T-square and a right angle square, but I also see like a bolt in there somewhere as well. Either way, specifics aside, I think it's cute that they replaced the hammer and sickle with like some school/engineering equipment learning stuff. I think that's neat. Moving on to a little bit more of the tank specific stuff, and I might put this one in here too. KV-2. It's a bit of a meme. It's the big kind of round topped tank with the massive gun. It's got a very slow firing speed. I think somebody mentioned that it needs 2 people on loading as a result. We take advantage of this and dispatch it very, very easily. It seems like it's unwieldy to me, and maybe that's the historical context as well. Again, just broadly looks intimidating, but is pretty useless in practical battle. The other major tank that Pravda uses is the one that Nonna uses, which is the Joseph Stalin II, or Yosif. There was a few different pronunciations there. Even Google wants me to say Joseph. Hence the designations JS2 or IS2. It depends on which naming of Joseph Stalin we take. I think at certain points, certain people say JS2, and at certain points, certain people say IS2. They're the same tank. Either way, it's got a big gun and it shoots good, and it may have won them the game, even though I don't think that it did. A little bit of background on Nonna's VA, which was something I wanted to mention last week but escaped my mind upon the rewatch. Her Russian's very good. It seemed very natural. She's studied the language and the culture of Russia. I think somebody said that she was like an equivalent weeaboo, but for like Russian stuff. It had like a term. So there you go. That's why she speaks it good. That's good that we got like a talented VA to do a job there. It's kind of like when you get your foreign character, right? And then you make sure that they have really good English, so that when they have to do their English portions, it doesn't sound like terrible. So yeah, double thumbs up. That was good casting and stuff. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Katyusha, who just kind of says random shit because she doesn't know very much Russian at all. I'm imagining the character in the show and not the VA. Hence why she says Piroski, because it's probably one of the only words that she knows. Even though it wouldn't have made sense within that particular time in that episode. So sure. I really liked this comment. I've briefly put just the scale of the Nishizumi family, so let me explain. It's not like Miho has completely abandoned this style. She still uses a lot of tenets of it in her commanding, just probably with a little bit more care. She's less steadfast in all of the tenets than I guess the mother is. And again, she's undermanned compared to whatever Black Forest Academy's stuff would have been, right? Like, they would have had more tanks. I think you could use up to 15. We're just using what we have. All the other schools can use that 15, thus can use different tactics than us, who are a little bit more hit and run and plucky and that kind of thing. A little bit of a mishmash of everything. We've got a scale going on I want to talk about, which is like, so Miho's on one end, and then Shiho's on the other end, the mother, and then I think Maho's a little bit in the middle. Kind of has a little bit of that softness of Miho, but also has that like hard edge exterior that Shiho has, right? So we're somewhere in between there, those two characters, and I wonder what side of the equation she's going to fall on the end. I'd imagine Miho's, that would make sense, writing-wise. But yeah, I never really thought about the family like that, so I liked that comment. This one here is bordering on spoilery, but I don't really mind, because it sounds like it should be funny when I get to it. One of the OVAs may or may not provide some additional context about Yukari and Owen's scouting adventure. So looking forward to that whenever I do the OVAs, which should seem like it'll be 2 weeks' time? We'll see. We'll discuss it more after next week, I think. So yeah, that was the comments this week. Thank you for all the comments. Again, 52, that's a pretty big number, even though a lot of them were replies to other people's comments and stuff. And yeah, I've kind of provided a little preview already. We're just kind of going to click in and then probably just see who won. And then I'd imagine that this is all cooldown. There'll be some funny stuff with Pravda, kind of, them getting their just desserts in a way, right? They've been pretty obnoxious, but in a good way. I like bratty characters like that. So seeing her get some comeuppance will be fun. And then yeah, I would imagine we'll go back to Allray, and then we may meet. There was a group of characters that were in a tank that I've seen before in the opening that should maybe be back at the academy. We've implied that we have one more tank somewhere and that it's big. We will see. We will see, but I would imagine that that's where we're going with episode 10. So yeah, just some chill stuff before I jump right into that. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord, join Discord. Love Discord, 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 Discord. And yeah, jumping into episode 10 of Girls und Panzer right now. Rightio, I have episode 10 of Girls und Panzer, the TV anime, up here ready to go. 24 minutes and 11 seconds on this one, so please sync up accordingly. I'll have those AK submarine subset thingo going on, which we had some conjecture about on Discord as well as the picture-in-picture description below. And yeah, without any further ado, we'll give it a 3, 2, 1 and jump in. Rightio? 3, 2, 1, go. I just feel my wind. Must be quiet on my headset today. Every single other time it's been too loud. I think it's probably good that I have my headset turned down a bit. I always worried about my ears. Like my hearing in my old age. Wearing headphones very often. Oh well, that's for future me to figure out. Hello, Yukari. And then, yeah, these guys. I'd imagine we meet them today. We're running out of time to meet them otherwise. It'll be like another 3-person tank crew. Kind of similar to the student council, you would think. Put it this way, we probably do need some additional people if we're going to stand up to Black Forest. So we'll see. I wonder if there'll be some stuff with Miho and her mother, right? Considering she's in the vicinity. We'll see. Love me some Hippo's asshole as well. Don't take that out of context. Yeah, and to my point last week, but where's the instructor gone? We haven't seen. I don't reckon she's had a line in like 5 or 6 episodes. Very interesting. I thought she would have been a bigger character. Okay. This was where we were. Is it a dead heat? Okay, show me a flag. Oh! We lived? No, wait, the flag's up. We didn't live. But also, yeah, okay. No, we did live? Oh, the white flag, of course. How did we live? Alright, but we did win. I can't believe I mistook the blue flag for the white flag. Oh, don't cry. Actually, kind of do cry. My school will live. That's good. Okay, Sundere. Kind of like, yeah, that kind of small, tall duo I like as well, with Nonna and Katyusha. Okay, I won't. Please never stop being evil. Okay. Conflicting views? That is heresy. Yes, ma'am. I'll defeat my sister. She's a classmate? True. Wait, there's 20? Oh my god. Okay. Seems like you would have some insight into that. A clearance sale. Cool. The 88 something. Okay. Who's on the blower? Okay. Okay. That was very convenient timing. Yeah, this tank is big, I think people have said. It's a rare tank? Alright. It's a bit shit. Okay. Maybe that's why it's rare. Okay. Gun good, can't move well. Gotcha. Oh my god. Loved by all for our efforts. Okay, you guys. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Oh. Hello, Nakota-san. Why not? Okay, swirly glasses. What is this? Well, it's hiding in plain sight? Okay, a different tank. Not the one we were just talking about before either. Oh, you guys gonna come along too? Okay. I never saw that as a possibility. This feels like some real... Is there like a gacha game or something? It feels like there should be. Nakama. Okay, they're the dorks. Momoga? Isn't that the guy from the thing? You know what I'm talking about. If you're in the know, you know. There's a whole bunch of tank stuff this episode. So far, at least. Sleeping, probably. Oh, I'll have some. Everyone's coming along, why not? Why? For what reason? Okay. Alright, let's come along to your flower arranging. Okay, immediately. I know nothing. I cannot help you at all. I cannot tell you if that looks good or not. Marco looked bored. Oh, the one in the tank? Sure. It's all very official with the kimonos and stuff, right? I don't think it seems gentle. It seems gentle in so much as there's flowers, but there's also like a tank. Okay, I agree with that. Alright, I actually really like that. Cool. It's a new style. It broke new ground. Oh my god. Alright. Hey, look at this reconciliation between daughter and mother. I wonder if that can occur. Okay. Speech, speech, speech. True. Very true. It'd be weird if you weren't. Well, I like the pan to each of the other groups, though. Okay. Yep, that seems pretty bad. Yeah, the cross, the black cross as well. Isn't that a thing? I think it's a thing. Hmm. Oh, okay. Normally you would invite her to your place or something. It's kind of a burden to go to somebody else's place or say, "Can I come to your place?" Stop at that place. Oh my god. I would eat that though. I'm very hungry. she, bro, she just sounded like she was smashed. Yeah, that does look quite nice. Like little bowls too, all separated. Yeah. Okay. Why? Is it for Senshido stuff? Because she's on the comms, obviously. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, there would have been anyway. You just now have the thing to, like, approve it. I don't know. Just because you're like 16, probably it's weird to get engaged. To who? You need another party there. I have not seen a male character, so this maybe I've seen one actually. I've seen one. What, Senshido's my boyfriend? Sure. Okay. She did the thing again with like the head rub. And it was cute. I'll pay it. Yeah, very calm before the storm, yeah? Like just following each of the groups and what they're doing at the moment. Is this a sandwich or something? A little cake? Yeah, everybody's having that same. It's a katsudon, right? Katsu something. It's got takeaway? Tonkatsu. Tonkatsu curry. Sure. Just like different styles. It was something involving win in that word as well. Now that's good stuff. That's good gear. I think that's the. Is that not the poster for the movie that we keep referencing? I'll need to clarify. Is it like a sad thing? Why are they crying? That's a very pretty shot. I love that. These kind of like sunrise shots. Very cool color palette. There's all our tanks. Hello, Mount Fuji, supposedly. Oh, okay. It's like a very important stadium equivalent. It certainly is. We need something to throw a span into the works, I think. Oh, hello, St. Glorianas. They're on the dream run, on the fairy tale run. Oh, and hello, Saunders. I will K, thank you. Funny sub there. Kick some ass. Faito. And Pravda. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say. I remember that from last time. It's a difference in philosophy. What is such the proverb? Oh. Seems like a bad omen. Okay. Oh shit, the drama. There could be like a straight up brawl here. I know. Isn't that a bit of a conflict of interest? I guess she hasn't been present very much anyway. Isn't that? I'll referee this match. Also, I'm instructing one of the teams. Okay. Okay, keep simping for Maho then. Okay, bye. Must be close to the end of the episode. Who are you? Oh, are you the person we saved? Okay. Okay, person. Thank you. I thought Maho would represent that conflict, but no, they've just made a new character to do it. Okay. Because of course when you save somebody, there's obviously the person you saved that is thankful on the other side of the mother who's doesn't like it. Oh, it was Mako's grandmother too. Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. It's time to go. I dice ski all of you, remember? Great. Oh, well, I could have sworn that was going to be the end of the episode. Oh, Guderian reference. Panzer 4. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of the battle then. At least a little bit. Maybe things are going to look really bad for our heroes very early. Yeah, I know. That's what that character over there represented. If those decisions led you here to this point right now, then they were the right decisions. Yeah, that's a good take as well. I'd keep an eye out. She's at least licensed. That's something. Yeah. I thought we were being a little bit chummy. Ooh. In the forest, you say? Ooh, already disrupting the formation there too. We're choking. They need a bit of serpentine. Well, imagine if they just won. That'd be so funny. Well, I mean, they were short lived. It was very hard to drive, apparently, that tank. We fluked into not losing very early. That's good. But also that team that got introduced fucking carked it straight away. It's not so good. I wonder who's going to be on our little ED. But yeah, we went a little bit further into the battle than I thought we would. I thought it would be like game start, and then we'll dive into that next episode. Oh, of course, it's the mechanic team. So yeah, I never envisaged for a second that they would become like a tank crew. I just thought that they would be, you know, the mechanics. But no, they're in the one that like doesn't drive very well but has a super powerful gun. As opposed to the one that the history team is in, which kind of can't like turn very well, but has a really strong gun. So of course, everything with a strong gun has to have a drawback, you would think. The name of that other tank made it sound like it was Chinese or something, but I'll need to look into it. Like choose something or cheese something. Maybe cheese. Yeah, if it's chi, maybe it's just Japanese. I do not know. It's a fierce battle. Okay. And yeah, diving into a little bit of analysis on episode 10 of Girls und Panzer. And we're back. That was episode 10. Exactly what it said on the tin, basically. We got the conclusion to the fight with Pravda, and a little bit of kind of reconciliation with Katyusha and Nonna before moving into we're back on the home front where you're like reorganizing things. We're getting some new tanks. We're figuring out strategy. We're all eating fried things, which has some meaning, I'm sure, and moving into the start of our next conflict with Black Forest. So yeah, I mean, the only part I didn't predict is that, like, from here, we kind of started actually fighting a little bit, and it did not look good in the early portions. I will say. So so yeah, but yeah, 2 thumbs up. I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was a funny episode. I like our 2 new additions as well. Even the mechanic girls. I just think they're neat design wise, and I didn't envision those other characters to be like gamer freaks. I didn't see that coming. But sure. I mean, I'm a gamer freak as well, so maybe I have something in common. Probably a lot of crossover there with various tank games. World of Tanks comes to mind, and yeah, they're out by the way, so I don't even need to talk about them very much anymore. But sure, yeah, I guess we'll just dive straight in and we can talk about various things as I see them. There's a couple of things I wanted to look up and clarify, so we'll do that in time as well. So yeah, initially I saw this and I'm like, oh, they've got their flag up. It must mean that they lost. No, that's the flag tank, bud. They need a white flag to pop out for them to actually have lost. Um, didn't we used to say that this tank in particular was fucking shit? Or did they upgrade? I think they upgraded tanks. Maybe. I thought that their tank used to be made like paper mache or something. The volleyball team, that is. But no, it seems to be stronger than that. I think they might have upgraded, but I'm forgetting at the moment. Either way, it came in clutch because the Pravda tank didn't really stand up to the might of a history team tank here. So yeah, all right wins. I like the tears in the eyes of the student council, considering they were the kind of the emotional core of this particular battle, where it seems like we're moving more into a Miho conflict for our last one. This is what I live for, just seeing, characters that are kind of arrogant getting their comeuppance. She's a good sport by the end, though. She comes over and congratulates us, so we'll give her some credit there. I don't know what this part's about. If you had concentrated fire on us, maybe we would have lost. And it's like, I don't think so. Maybe. And then kind of cuts off. I think you guys were just too good on the day. I think you guys would have won regardless, but can't admit that, and then Sundare's out. I think maybe that's it. Yeah, I'm absolutely not mad about this at all. I'm not bitter. I'm not like a child at all about this. I do not trust you. This is cute though. Gets off her high horse, literally, and then offers a handshake. Just like good sportsmanship stuff, if I can say sportsmanship, which I can. Yeah, lives up to her word. She'll come watch the finals. Probably going to give us some special comments in a similar way that St. Glorianas have throughout this thing as well. There'll be kind of various parties to pan to get different opinions on how the battle against Black Forest is going. Contrast in philosophies again between Maho and Shiho here. They were only able to win because their opponent let their guard down. And we literally just had this conversation with Katyusha, right? And she said, no, I think you guys would have just won regardless. And I think she's being legitimate there, but it doesn't want to admit it. And I think Maho sees through this a little bit and says, oh, no, they just won on their own terms. They won through like good planning and good execution and good tactics rather than, lucky and opponent let their guard down. You know, with sheer skill, Miho has a great ability to think laterally and adapt to a situation. It's something that you will need to come to terms with when you fight her in time. Yeah, it narrows the eyes. Oh, I swear in the name of the Nishizumi doctrine, whatever she says, or just Nishizumi, they shall be defeated. I've got my doubts. I've got my doubts for sure. Or maybe they will be defeated and maybe the school will be saved in some other way. I do not know. What is She's a Classmate about? She's a classmate? Who's a classmate? I do not know. Here we go. We're going to spend the rest of the day on tank maintenance, which, again, is exactly what we do. We up the numbers up to 20 tanks are available in this final round, so we'll be playing against 20 tanks of Black Forest. But we gain 2 of our own, so, you know, it won't just be like this amount. Or maybe it will be. 7? Does 7 sound right? I think it might be 8. We're going to main one, Student Council. History team, volleyball, first years, the morals committee, but the gamer one, and then the mechanics. No, we got 8. Got 8, definitely. So yeah, we gain a team here somewhere. So apparently a lot of the clubs have donated money, and then we're going to use that on upgrades for our existing tanks, as well as trying to find some ones just kind of around. So we have the 88 millimeter. 88 mm. I don't know if that's millimeter or not, but is it ready? Well, yeah, kinda, but it's still not great. The Automobile Club should have reassembled all the parts by now. We'll pan over to that now. Here it is. Look at its big old gun. It's amazing. It looks so strong. It's a rare tank. We call it a Porsche Tiger. Sure. It's Porsche responsible for some production there. I see. Okay, so 88 mm is the gun, right? And Porsche developed it, and it was kind of like, okay, we've got this fucking huge gun. How are we going to mount it onto something? And as a result, they kind of struggled, and it requires a lot of maintenance all the time, right? Hence why the maintenance team gets this tank, I guess. That makes sense to me. So yeah, as we've thought, big gun, very powerful, but breaks down a lot, as we'll see here. Sinks into the ground, overheats, and catches fire. Pretty bad. We don't want any of those things happening. And of course, being Porsche, I think it would be of German origin, no? That would make sense to me. Even though the drivetrain may be prone to breakdowns, the power of its gun is superb. So yeah, they may be kind of a write-off. You would expect that tank to get a couple of kills or something, right? Because now we've had the gamer team, I guess I'm calling them. They're out. We need one of our other new teams to do something. Otherwise, why did we even have them? Just from a plot writing point of view, I think we can't have them just both be sacrificial lambs. I don't think. Now we get everybody calling out to various people to see if they have seen a tank and if we could use it, which is a long shot, sure, but it does result in the finding of at least one tank. To start off, we use the donations to buy a Hetzer upgrade kit, and we're going to put it on the 38T. This seems strong. This seems very strong. In my short bit of research, this seems like exactly what it says on the tin. It's just going to modify the tank so it does something different. We're also installing something else on the Panzer IV as well, which we'll get a look into. And then we see Nekoto-san. Hello Nekoto-san. And she wants to join the Senshido team, right? She plays tank-based online video game and thinks it's kind of neat. And it isn't too late to join. Because we need warm bodies. So thank you. I still don't know what the ears are about, but sure. The ears are very obviously about cat ears because she's called Nekota. Like Neko, like cat. Use your brain next time. And of course, she brings the knowledge of an additional tank that has just been hiding in plain sight, I think. Yeah, this is a Type 3 Chi Nu. And it's kind of been used for advertising? We at Black Duke take all vehicles from motorcycles to tanks, buying vehicles you don't need. Okay, it's just been... Money inspections are a pain. I wonder how much my tank could sell for. This is for you. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is a Japanese tank. It seems like not many of these were made, considering it's kind of... It was kind of finished in 43 and then started production in 44 or something. Which seems very late in the war to be doing such a thing. And if you know your World War II Japanese stuff, it was very, very late. So yeah, I mean, I think this tank's kind of a meme too, but I would need some clarification there, of course. So yeah, Porsche Tiger with the mechanic team, and we have the Type 3 Chi-Nu with the gamers. Okay, sure. They bring up drifting here in this tank, which I'd imagine would be pretty difficult, but because it's brought up here, it may happen later. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it up now. So yeah, I've gathered my buddies. We're going to be a tank crew for this other tank. We play online tank game together. Again, World of Tanks. This is Nekonya, which I'd imagine is her online handle, along with Momoga and Piotan. And I was confusing Momoga with Momonga, who I think that's the online handle of fucking the guy from Overlord, right? Einzelgone, whatever. I watched Overlord like ages ago, and I don't think very highly of it, if I'm honest. But sure, it's a fun show to watch. Actually, shout outs to Overlord. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. I'm rambling. These are the characters that are going to be in this tank. But yeah, this is their like first time meeting IRL. This is awesome sauce, they say. Not exactly a huge fan here, I must say. And I don't think Miho is, if this face is anything to go by as well. Yeah, you would imagine that this would be the upgrade that they were just doing there for the Panzer IV. Sure, I do not know. Apparently it's a Mark IV special now. Very cool. And then we also learned here from Marco that her grandmother is out of hospital, which is great. That is good news. And she's brought some candy, which is even better news. So we very quickly go past everything here. It's like kind of a flash through to all the side stuff, right? So we had the grandma stuff with Marco, and now we pan over to the flower arranging stuff with Hana. I guess it's, again, meant to show Miho some things, teach her some quick lessons that things can work out at the end, that relationships can be mended, that these kind of family things are important for her before she moves into her final conflict, where I'm sure there'll be some kind of confrontation with her sister, if not also her mother. So this is why this is here, basically. So yeah, we're going to look at some flower arranging now. This serves as the conclusion for our Hana and family mini arc, which is broadly pretty funny. I like that she does the flower arranging in like a vase, the shape of a tank. I think that's pretty funny. That's good gear. Yeah, the contrast here is pretty intense between flower arranging and Senshido, which is driving tanks. Here's the flowers. I don't know like what makes them better than any others, other than they're kind of being like a tank vase. That's the only thing I got for you. She does look nice in her kimono, though. I'll give her that. Senshido here is the inspiration, along with the 4 girls. So if we go back to the flowers, maybe we can see something there. Yeah, I guess there's 4 different kinds of flowers. We'll give you that. We'll give you that for sure. It's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. So Hana's flower arrangements used to be kind of orderly and by the book and stuff, but they lacked a bit of flair, and I think this Senshido had added to that, which again was one of her major goals of even coming to Senshido anyway, as I get a phone call from an 03 number that I'm not going to answer. It's my second in as many days. Yeah, but Hana was able to break new ground with her thing, a little bit of a reconciliation here. Just good stuff. I like seeing her happy, so that's good. And specifically the focus on Miho here, seeing a mother and daughter reconciling. Maybe we can do something similar eventually. I don't know, the mother seems pretty steadfast, so I think winning would be a good step in that process, like winning against Black Forest. It's like, well, I need to rethink my style now. Get a little bit of a speech here by Miho, so look forward to it. She does a lot of speeches. I guess she is like faux commander of what we have going on, or actual commander actually, by name. If the events of the show hasn't told you that, like, of course she's now not a part of Black Forest and is clearly like engulfed herself into this school, then I don't know what would, right? Yeah, she basically says I'm going to give it my best, and then we pan over to Black Forest. I wanted to talk about this cross here. I know it isn't perfect, and you can kind of see behind the curtain a little bit, but this is the emblem of Wehrmacht, right? And then they've got like a black cross as well. You'd imagine that this is a pretty clear 1-to-1. You would imagine, right? So that's kind of neat. I like that. I know I've said most of the episode has been like calm before the storm, but this is where it like actually starts. We've stopped maintenance. We're gonna like go home for the day. It's late into the day. Clubs are done. Go back home and rest. And we're going to eat a bunch of fried meat. I don't know about like, oh yeah, we're going to go have dinner at your place. Who's buying the ingredients here? And you're like using my shit? I don't know. That's generally not how this kind of thing goes. But sure, I'll let you guys have it. It's just kind of reflecting the meal earlier in the show. So we'll take it. In a similar way, the student council is going to their special place to cheer ourselves up and get ourselves psyched for the match tomorrow. Yeah, it's something about Katsu and winning, right? Because this is like the Katsu place for the pork cutlet, and they're going to win with the recipe. Yeah, Katsu. I'm gonna do some research. Yeah, the word for win in Japanese is katsu, which is interesting. It's kind of using like a what you call it. It's a kanji for like victory, and then we pop a su on the end. And I don't really know how that makes katsu, but sure, it does. So when we're eating all this katsu or katsudon or anything else in between, like I think they do like a curry tonkatsu or something. It's all meaning win. That's what the metaphor is trying to say to me, which I guess is what these kind of lines get across to the audience and us dumb Westerners, right? We say that Saori would make a great housewife, and then she says, I have an announcement. So you think it would be something involved in that, but actually she's licensed. She's a second-class radio operator. Very cool. It means she's investing time into the Senshido process outside of club time, or everything else in between, which is good. It shows devotion. She's going to be better at comms and that kind of thing, more experienced. It's only a good thing. I guess it shows a little bit more devotion than was there before. Even studying for it along with Marco. So everyone's working together, trying to do their best here. It's a good feeling. I think here when they say engagement, they mean something probably less formal, probably that I got a boyfriend rather than he engaged to me. Because you need to go through step 1 to get to step 2 generally, unless it's some kind of arranged thing. But either way, it matters not because I am good radio operator, and that's what my conversation is about. So apparently if she wins the match, she's going to get hitched. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, there's only really one other male character in the show. And, I mean, no, I don't think that'll happen. So yeah, I think your joke is going to be that you're, never going to get a boyfriend. Okay, sure. And then it's like, Miho, you should get a boyfriend. That'll be sick. And then it's like, no, I really love being with all of you like this, so I couldn't get a boyfriend. I'm too attached to tanks. I'm like, sure. I think it's cute and kind of lame more than anything. Yeah, she kind of confesses to all 4 of the girls. It's kind of weird. Yukari's into it, though. Yeah, but that's their little anecdote thing. We see the volleyball club playing volleyball. It's pretty on point. But what's that we see? They've got some, you'd imagine Katsu sandwiches. Sure, that sounds really yummy. We have the history club out here just chilling. Eating some kind of takeaway, you would imagine. Came out of they took the lid off like it was takeaway. Mechanic team definitely getting takeaway. Look at those bags. That's a tonkatsu curry combo plate. Spiciness medium. What are we, children? I don't know why these guys are just out in a field. I think it would have made more sense if they were gaming, but having it on a stick. Sure. Looks yummy though. What is it? The symbol's like an anteater or something, but doing gymnastics. I don't know what that's about. And then these guys are having katsu burgers, writing some cheering guidelines, no jeering, turn flashes off, for cameras, headgear. Okay. You guys have different pieces of headgear yourself already, so sure. Here we go. Okay, and then these guys are watching a bunch of history movies, that being the first years. Battle of the Bulge, we have Pattern, the Bridge of Remagen, Monster Tank, IS-2, which is the Joseph Stalin 2, which we were talking about before. And then this poster I wanted to talk about. That looks like Clint Eastwood, a lot. No, it doesn't seem to be Kelly's Heroes, which was the thing we keep mentioning. Okay, weird. I don't know what the poster to that movie is and what movie they're watching. Because again, it wasn't my impression that movie was sad. And all the first years seemed to be crying at it anyway, or at least pretty invested. Of course, eating the katsu along the way as well. And then again, I really like these shots, these morning shots we get, and then kind of the train carrying the tanks along to wherever they're going to be fighting. Yeah, I like this, again, in a similar way to episode 7, where it's just kind of a calm before another fight. I think, yeah, kind of, again, good pacing. That's what we want. Yeah, especially this. I just really like that shot. We're all following the train, all of our tanks, all of our ragtag group, off to kind of try to attain victory. It's going to be sick. Is that just like Mount Fuji as well? Are we just in Japan countryside time? That would make sense to me. Okay, sure. It's a pretty cool backdrop for our fighting location. I wonder if there's any relevance there. Yeah, apparently it's the holy ground of Senshido. Sure. We get a bit of a festival of Senshido popping up around it. Lots of good times and people and that kind of stuff. This part here basically exists for the rest of the people that we've fought, that being St. Gloriana's, Saunders, and Pravda, all to come over and give us some encouragement and congratulations. Also meant to reinforce the theme that, hey, this isn't war, it's Senshido, right? We can have like some sportsmanship, we can congratulate each other, we can support each other, we have good matches with each other that are entertaining, that are fun, that aren't exactly strictly by the book, and kind of the personality and the vibe of Ori is contagious, right? Whoever plays against them wants to root for them after they finish. Basically the perfect underdog. Yeah, so that was the Darjeeling or whoever. You know who I'm talking about. This is Kay. Hello, Kay. We like Kay. We need another exciting and crazy battle. Go kick some ass. Fight or rejoice, for Katyusha has also come to allow her for you to entertain her. Okay, sure. Okay, and then they do like the same like goodbye as before as well. Yeah, we've made friends out of all our enemies. Very, very cool. Let me share with you an English proverb. A horse may stumble, though he has 4 legs. Neither strength nor victory are everlasting. True. Okay, I kind of get it. Because, like, we fall over and we have 2 legs, right? But a horse has 4 legs and they also fall over. So it's not based on the amount of legs. Sometimes you just fucking fall over. Sometimes it's not your day. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. You know? And I think maybe that's what we're going to run into today. Maybe the force will be too strong. I can see 2 ways of this ending. Us winning and really sticking it to Black Forest and showing Mom and blah, 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 or us putting on a really good show, a really entertaining match, Black Forest winning in the end, but, you know, some kind of reconciliation taking place there regardless. I don't know. I can see either side winning is my point. And then maybe that's what our movie and other movies moves on to. I do not know. It's a great visual representation of the difference in number of people, because they have like 20 tanks, so they need this many crew members, obviously. So far, there's been 3 relevant characters. There's been our main 2 Black Forest people, that being Maho and Maho's simp friend, but there's also 1 extra person out here that talks to Miho in the end and says, hey, thanks for saving me. Which, again, is what I thought would be a Maho storyline, but no. I thought that Maho maybe was in the tank that fell. We're broadly following a similar theme here, where you seem to be the antagonistic one, and then Maho's like broadly pretty stoic and just wants to focus on victory and stuff. Hello, Chornor Army. I haven't seen you in yonks. She's going to be the referee today. I've talked about it. Isn't this a conflict of interest, right? Or have you gone around instructing a whole bunch of different teams? Maybe. I do not know. Either way, if they get some dubious calls going their way, you know, we know who to blame. Despite hesitant, Miho still initiates, like, a good luck, basically. Like, I don't know. Despite everything, I'm still able to face this challenge, I think. Don't get conceited just because you got here by a series of flukes. You shall see, I will smash your heretical ideas. Okay, she's pretty intense. Go off and simp for your girlfriend some more. Okay, bye. So yeah, in contrast, we see this character, like, obviously all of Black Forest aren't, like, evil, like that blonde lady. Blonde, white hair, you know what I mean. Yeah, there's this character. This is the other side of the thing, right? And something that I've been talking about a lot. She stopped, she got out of a tank to go and save somebody, right? There is at least one party here that is going to be happy about such a task, and I'm happy we get to meet them. Hello, girl. I don't think we get a name for you. I'm glad you haven't abandoned Senshido as a result of our fuck up, basically. I won't quit. There you go, that's some inspiration. Thank you, random person. So we get a very quick flash to a bunch of different parties here that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, there's Saunders, there's St. Gloriana's, there's Hana's mom and Yukari's parents, there's Mako's grandmother, there's Shiho. Yeah, I think all of those parties will have some say somewhere in kind of special comments through the battle. So that'll be fun. Lots of different parties to kind of get comments from. We have a very quick strategic meeting before. Again, I think the vibes are just too good through this period that I knew something bad was going to happen. And it does end up happening. We're kind of scrambling by the end of the episode. This part's nice. I like how Miho puts her hand on the tank and then says, let's do our best. Like she's like solo with the tank. It's like, no, there's 5 of us. All hands in. And she didn't realize that until they just all showed up. Thank you, tank crew. We like the tank crew. Yeah, we can do this together, everybody. And I would have bet money on the episode ending here, but no, there's an additional 4 minutes. This is interesting in contrast to Pravda. One of the first things we hear Maho say is, this is a team we haven't fought before, don't let your guard down, which is exactly what everybody else has been doing up to this point. So, yeah, very, very by the book, doesn't get ahead of herself. In the words of Guderian, it's better to have a fast runner than a thick skin. True. I like that idea as well. Start off well early. I don't really love this conversation. I think this idea was already reinforced pretty well through our previous one, but sure, okay, we like Yukari, so she can say it. Even now, I can't really tell what the right thing was to do, but I do know that back then I just wanted to save my teammates. So, that's all that matters, right? An emphasis on saving other people rather than winning. Very cool. And also that decision back in the day led me to where I am now, where I'm happier, where I met all my friends. It was obviously the correct decision. Sari does seem a lot more professional now. I'll give her that. Yeah, but then she gets excited that she sounds like a pro and then is kind of, as a result, not pro. Yeah, we're kind of fucking around a bit, kind of letting our guard down, and then explosion. So yeah, the episode could have honestly ended here as well. Basically, Black Forest Academy has started in the forest. They've snuck in, they've got a lot of tanks to play with, so they can try stuff like this. And yeah, you see how we scramble immediately. We're all out of position. I don't know about the song playing too. I could use some help there. I don't know what's playing there. So they all took a shortcut through the forest. It was all very aggressive, Nishizumi style. Hit fast, hit strong, just win very quickly. We're going to try to take evasive maneuvers and drive into the forest, but we're all firing in unison. They find the flag tank immediately and take aim. The only solace is that our gamer team here can't drive the tank very well and puts it into reverse and runs into the way of their shot. I'm just thinking how funny it would be if the whole match ended here. That'd be so funny. Just immediate shot at flag tank and loss. And yeah, the only reason they didn't just lose here was because of a random coincidence basically. And yeah, these guys get put to bed. Goodbye, gamer team. The Chi-Nu 3. Is there something about it being hard to drive as well? Maybe. That sounds like something we would incorporate. And then yeah, into the ED. And we're done with episode 10. Only 2 more episodes to go in the TV anime season. Very, very cool. And yeah, that was episode 10. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was very good. I liked my little bit of research I did as well. I feel like I found out a few things and discovered them for myself rather than just letting you guys tell me. Of course, I got a few questions there, so answers to those would be appreciated. Other than that, I just think we're leading into a conflict. We're down 1 early. That's bad. But also we gained 2 since the last fight. So we're kind of just where we were, but against 20 tanks instead of 15. At a certain point, when they have more and more tanks, it just becomes fodder. It means we're going to get a lot of kills. Because I can't imagine that they're just going to maintain their massive numbers advantage the entire time. It's going to go down to the wire, you would think. Either way, I enjoy the pacing of this episode too. It's kind of 7 and then 8, 9 into 10 and then 11, 12. I think that's a very good kind of timing for the episodes here. The only thing I don't really love about it is that we kind of stuck the end of episode 9 onto the start of 10. I think that's just kind of weird. But sure, everything else I'm kind of for. We're all leading Katsu. That was pretty cool. And yeah, the conflict to come seems intriguing. There's a lot riding on it, which again, it's the championship match. Of course there is. So yeah, we'll do 2 next week. Looking forward to that then. In the meantime, I'm just going to do my show stuff and skedaddle. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord. Love Discord. Discord. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next week for the finale of the TV anime of und Panzer. So welcome back then to Tank Hell. Or whatever else I say at the end of these things. Okay, I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.